Good morning, students. I am Katyayani, lecturer in Electronics and Communications, Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. Today I'll start with a new session on Unit 2, Instruction Set and Assembly Programming of 8051. The course is Microcontroller and its Applications of 3rd semester Diploma. The course code is 15MC34T. Program is Mechatronics. So these are the contents I'll be covering in this session. So in this session, let us understand what is instruction, what is program, what is software, and what are addressing modes. What is an instruction? A computer instruction is nothing but a group of bits that controls the CPU so that it will perform a desired CPU operation. The CPU instructions are said to be coded uniquely because CPU has to identify what operation to be performed when a certain instruction has to be executed. So this unique coding helps the CPU to perform individual operation when certain instructions are executed. So each instruction should be coded uniquely. An 8051 instruction consists of two fields. One is opcode field followed by an operand field. Let us take an example. Move A, immediate 67H, where move is the opcode and A, immediate data 67H are operands. In this instruction, after execution of this instruction, the immediate data 67H will be copied into accumulator, where A, accumulator is the source register and the immediate data is the destination. So what is an instruction? An instruction is nothing but group of bits that controls the CPU so that it will perform a desired CPU operation. So instructions has to be coded uniquely because CPU has to identify each and every instruction. And 8051 has two fields, opcode and operand. If we take an example, move A, immediate 67H, where move is the opcode and immediate data 67H and A are the operands. Now let us understand what is a program. A computer program is a collection of instructions that can be executed by a computer to perform a specific task. So whereas what is instruction? Instruction is nothing but group of bits that performs a desired CPU operation. Whereas program is collection of instructions that will perform a specific task. A computer program is usually written by a programmer in any of the programming language. The commands to the microcontroller are known as microcontroller's instruction set, and the computer program may be executed with the help of interpreter, compiler, or an assembler based on the programming language that is being used. So let us take an example of the program. So let me take an 8051 program. Here ORG is, it indicates the beginning of the program, where at what memory location it should start. So I am indicating it as ORG00H, which indicates the beginning address of the program. Next, I will use the next instruction, move A, immediate 45H. The second instruction is move A, immediate 45H, where after execution of this instruction, the data, immediate data 45H will be moved into the accumulator. So this is the second instruction. Let me take another instruction, add A, immediate 34H. So this is the third instruction where it adds the contents of accumulator. Previously the contents of accumulator was 45, which will be added with the contents of immediate data, that is 34H. So hence, after execution of this instruction, accumulator will be having the value addition of these two numbers, that is 45 and 34. So what might be the answer? Yes, it is 79H. So after execution of this instruction, 79H will be stored in accumulator. So now I have to store that in some destination register. So I will take move or not, comma, A. Now I'm storing the contents of accumulator into register or not. So the next instruction is end. So we can observe here we are using around 5 instructions: origin, move, add, move, storing in destination, and end. So these collection of instructions together is known as program. So what is a program? Program is collection of instructions to perform a specific task. What is the task that is performed here? Addition of two 8-bit numbers. So a program is a collection of instructions that can be executed by a computer program to perform a specific task. So let us understand what are the programming languages that are available. So programming languages can be broadly classified into two. One is high level programming language, another one is low level programming language. So in case of high level programming language, it uses English like statements. A high level language is more human friendly, it is machine independent, it is portable and easily understood by the humans. But it requires a compiler to convert this high level language into machine level language because it is not easily understood by the computer. Or it may require an interpreter which converts the source code into intermediate code, and then this intermediate code is executed line by line. So the major difference between the compilers and interpreters is that compiler executes the programs at a single stretch. That is, it converts the high level language directly into a machine level language. But in case of interpreter, it converts line by line. It converts the high level language into machine level language line by line. So what are high level language programming languages? High level programming languages are similar to English like statements. It can be easily understood by the programmer, but it is difficult for a computer to understand. But it is machine independent and it is easily portable. So example of high level languages are Java, Python, etc. So now let us discuss what is a low level programming language. So low-level programming language can be broadly classified into two categories. One is assembly level language, another one is machine level language. An assembly level language is a low-level language which is designed for a specific type of processor. So for example, if we take 8051 coding, so it is specific for 8051. So it uses mnemonics. So it requires an assembler to convert assembly level language to machine level language. So if we take an example of 8051 instruction, move A comma immediate 45H, where move is the mnemonic that is used to perform some operation. Like move means it copies the data. Otherwise, it can have a mnemonic known as add, which performs addition of two numbers. So it uses a short form coded numbers, that is mnemonics. Next, in machine level language, these resembles to native binary language of a computer, that is zeros and ones. Thus, these are difficult to understand by the programmers. But in order to understand this, the programmer has to have a deep knowledge on the hardware components of the computer and their components. These are not portable and are difficult to debug and also highly prone to errors. For example, if you take ASCII value of letter A is 65, whose binary value is 01000001. So what are low level languages? So low level languages broadly classified into two. One is assembly language and one is machine language. In case of assembly level language, we will be using mnemonics, but it requires an assembler for conversion of assembly level language to the machine level languages. Whereas machine level language uses binary digits, but this is very difficult for a programmer to understand, but it is easily understood by the computers. Next, let us understand what is a software. A software is a collection of computer programs, libraries, and related data. So computer programs can be categorized into two categories. One is application software, another one is system software. So what is application software? Application software is a program or group of programs designed for the end users. As we all know, what is software? Software is nothing but group of programs. So here the programs will be designed for the end user. For example, it may be a word processor or a media player. So these are the end user applications. Another type of software is there, that is system software. System software is a type of computer program that is designed to run a computer's hardware and application programs. It forms an interface between the hardware and the user applications. Example, any of the operating systems like Android, Microsoft Windows, etc. So all these are system software. It provides an interface between the hardware and the applications, user applications. Now let us discuss what are addressing modes. So addressing modes, the different ways of accessing the data is known as addressing modes. There are around 11 different addressing modes in 8051. So the first addressing mode is immediate addressing mode. In case of immediate addressing mode, the immediate data is specified as the part of the instruction. The second addressing mode is direct addressing mode. In case of direct addressing mode, the direct address where the data is present is specified as the part of the instruction. This address can be any of the RAM memory locations. Next is register addressing mode. In case of register addressing mode, registers will be specified as the part of the instructions where these registers contains the data. The next type of addressing mode is register indirect addressing mode. In case of register indirect addressing mode, the registers will contain pointer to a data where a memory location where data is present. That is, in case of register indirect addressing mode, registers contains the memory location where the actual data that has to be used is present. Next is fifth one is indexed addressing mode. In case of indexed addressing mode, we will calculate the effective address. That is sum of accumulator register and other register, base register plus offset. The other register may be either program counter or a DPTR, that is data pointer. So sum of these two will give you an effective address, and the contents of that effective address will be used as the data. Next is relative addressing mode. In case of relative addressing mode, so we can have a jump or a call to another memory location within the range of -128 to +127. So this type of instructions addressing modes are usually used in short jumps and short calls. The next addressing mode is absolute addressing mode. The absolute addressing mode is similar to your relative addressing mode, except where you can jump to a memory location that is within 2 kilobytes of memory. Whereas in case of relative addressing mode, you can jump or make a call to another memory location within the range of -128 to +127. Whereas in case of absolute addressing mode, you can make a jump within 2 kilobytes of memory. Next is long addressing mode. So long addressing mode is also similar to both of the rest of the both, that is relative addressing mode and absolute addressing mode. The major difference is that the long addressing mode can jump to any memory location within 64 kilobytes of memory. Next is inherent addressing mode. So this addressing mode, inherent addressing mode, is specific for special type of registers, that is accumulator, where the contents of the data will be changed and updated into the same register. Example, swap accumulator, where the contents will be changed and updated in the same register. The 10th is bit inherent addressing mode. So this is applicable for bit type addresses, and here also the content of the bit will be changed and updated into the same bit. Next is bit direct addressing mode. So in this addressing mode, the bit address will be specified as the part of the instruction. It is usually used between 20fh to 2fh of bit addressable memory location, bit addressable RAM of 8051. So these are the different types of addressing modes that are available in 8051. In the next session, we will go in detail of how these addressing modes are used and how these, with an example, we will understand how these addressing modes can be accessed. Data in these addressing modes can be accessed. So what are the highlights of this session? So we have understood what is an instruction. What is an instruction? A computer instruction is a group of bits that controls the CPU so that it will perform a desired CPU operation. These instructions should be coded uniquely because CPU has to identify each instruction uniquely. And then what is a program? A program is collection of instructions that will perform a specific task. And there are two categories of programming language. One is high level programming language and one is low level programming language. High level programming languages are English like statements which is easily understood by the programmer. It is portable, but the major thing is it requires a compiler or a interpreter for code conversions, where compiler executes the program from high level language to machine level language at a single set, whereas in case of interpreter, it converts the high level language into machine level language line by line. And next is low level programming language. The low level programming language can be broadly classified into two. One is assembly level language, another one is machine level language. Assembly level languages uses mnemonics. So here it requires an assembler to convert the assembly level language to the machine level language. Whereas the machine level language is easily understood by the system or a computer, but it is very difficult for the user to understand because it is a series of binary bits, zeros and ones. So next we'll go what is software. A software is a collection of programs, libraries and related information. And there are two types of software. One is application software, another one is system software. This application software is set of programs that are designed specially for the end users. So example of these application softwares may be any of your media players or MS PowerPoint, etc. And system software. System software is it makes a interface between the hardware and the applications. So this, for example of this system software is operating systems. And what are addressing modes? Addressing modes are the different ways of accessing the data. So there are around 11 categories of addressing modes in 8051. So in the next section, we'll go in detailed description of each of the addressing modes. And now we'll go with the MCQs, that is multiple choice questions of session 1. The first MCQ is, every CPU requires a dash bit pattern to distinguish it from another instruction. Option A, unique. Option B, same. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of the above. Every CPU requires a dash bit pattern to distinguish it from another instruction. What might be the answer? Yes, it is option A. That is, it requires a unique bit pattern to distinguish it from another instruction. Second MCQ. An 8051 instruction consists of option A, opcode, option B, operand, option C, both A and B, option D, none of the above. What is the answer? Yes, it is option C, both A and B. Because an 8051 instruction consists of opcode field and also operand fields. Next, a computer program is a collection of dash that can be executed by a computer to perform a specific task. Option A, instructions. Option B, equations. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of the above. A computer program is a collection of dash. What is the answer? Yes, a computer program is a collection of instructions that can be executed by a computer to perform a specific task. Answer is option A. Fourth MCQ. A software is a collection of option A, computer programs, option B, libraries, option C, both A and B, option D, none of the above. A software is a collection of, yes, it is computer programs. It is option A. Sorry, it is a collection of computer programs, libraries, hence answer is option C, both A and D. Fifth MCQ. The different ways of accessing data in a microcontroller is called option A, assembler directives, option B, addressing modes, option C, instructions, option D, none of the above. The different ways of accessing data in a microcontroller is called, yes, it is addressing modes. Answer is option B. Sixth MCQ. Hash symbol is used in dash addressing mode. In direct addressing mode, option B, direct addressing mode, option C, immediate addressing mode, option D, relative addressing mode. Hash symbol is used in which addressing mode? Yes, it is immediate addressing mode. It is option C. Seventh one. A list of instructions that enable a computer to perform a specific task is called option A, computer program, option B, algorithm, option C, machine code, option D, binary code. A list of instructions that enable a computer to perform a specific task is a, yes, it is a computer program, option A. Eighth one. The two categories of low-level languages are option A, machine code and assembly, option B, machine code and algorithms, option C, assembly and algorithms, option D, algorithms and binary. Yes, the two categories of low-level languages are machine code and assembly. It is option A. What is the name of the software used to convert an assembly language program into machine code? Option A, assembler, option B, interpreter, option C, compiler, option D, translator. So what is the name of the software that converts assembly level language into machine level language? Yes, it is assembler, option A. 10th one, software that translates and executes a high level language program one line at a time is known as option A, compiler, option B, interpreter, option C, assembler, option D, executor. So what is the answer? Yes, the software that translates and executes a high-level language program one line at a time is known as, yes, it is an interpreter. It is option B. So these are the solutions for the MCQ. And thank you.